I watched the new Sonic Frontiers trailer, and I personally thought it was beautiful. I liked the new art direction, the marriage of old and new sensibilities, and the penetrating atmosphere, particularly that last thing. The trailer's exploration segments remind me of Ico or Shadow of the Colossus at some points. I'm excited to talk about what it means for games going forward, especially 3D platformers, and what this all says about brands and their capacity to evolve over their lifespan, for better and worse. But that doesn't seem to be on the forefront of anyone's mind. If I could be a little bit cynical, most of what folks are talking about, most of what they're criticizing, is shockingly, absurdly shallow. Disagreeing with people is good. It creates discussion, and that discussion fuels further understanding of our medium and its participants. But the gaming community's mob mentality and penchant to meme on everything is getting to be a bit insufferable. A new game is being released, with a new world and new implications for the franchise and thousands of hours of work, and people are faffing about talking about how the rails aren't connected to anything. Firstly, welcome to Sonic? Floating rails are kind of just everywhere in these games. Secondly, what's the difference between a floating rail and a floating platform? A floating rail is a kind of platform, and rail grinding is a key component in Sonic's moveset. Stuff like this makes me wonder if people understand what a criticism even is, or what the point is in criticism. The idea behind criticism is to point out flaws in a work, in the hopes that someone will do better, or you'll draw new ideas or nuances to light that were previously unexamined. The observations being made about Sonic Frontiers, though, at least the loudest ones, are obnoxiously vapid and lacking in critical perception. I can't, for the life of me, think of a sensible fix to the rail issue besides scattering support beams all over the landscape, which would make free roaming a lot more difficult, or changing the environmental and level design away from its initial purpose and direction. Both of those options are bad and impractical and would tarnish the art's intention. It's not just Sonic Frontiers that people do this with, either. It's nearly every new video game. People conflate their personal tastes with reasonable criticism, and act as though their observations are inherent flaws with the works they consume. It gets tiring. This is a big part of why I don't like to cover new media. There are more people around to talk with, but the reasonable individuals get drowned out by a spew of superficial discourse.